Have you ever been caught in a loop of obsession, obsessing about someone you have a crush on, someone you've been on a date with, someone you want to go on a date with, someone you used to be in a relationship with, someone you want to be in a relationship with, all of that good stuff. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to explain what it is to be in this loop of obsession and what that looks like, and I'm also going to explain how we can get out of it, and also something that we can really learn from these obsessive tendencies. I'm just going to take my glasses off because the lighting's bouncing off them. Hopefully I can still see your comments. The phone isn't that far away. So you might know by now that the dating drama empowerment method, and maybe if you're new here you don't, but if you've been with me for a little while, the dating drama empowerment method is what's the pattern, where did it come from, how can we heal it? And that's all very important and valid, and the dating drama empowerment method as a course is open now, and it's going to close at the weekend, probably not going to open again this year. And that is a really, really important structure. But I wanted to offer you a slightly different perspective today of why it is we're obsessing, like what hidden gems are really there, and how we can learn a little bit more about ourselves from this obsessing about someone else. So what does it look when we obsess about someone else? It looks like thinking about them all the time, fantasizing about them, getting into that kind of archetype of like Miss Fantasy relationship or Miss Obsessed, like really thinking of them a lot, imagining what it's like to be in a relationship with them. You might even get into that maladaptive daydreaming thing, which basically means maladaptive daydreaming is when we take daydreaming that we used to do as a kid and we use it now, and it becomes maladaptive, which means it used to help us to cope with something that was stressful, like a chaotic family home maybe, but now it's maladaptive. It doesn't help us to cope. It actually starts to kind of run riot and havoc and starts ruining our life really, and certainly ruining our relationships. So maladaptive daydreaming is when we find ourselves off in like kind of fairyland, you know what I mean? We're like thinking about something and we're like, oh, I forgot where I was for a moment. We're not in our bodies, we're not present, we're imagining we're somewhere else. So why would we do this then? Why would we let someone become like a complete focus of our thoughts and feelings? And there's a bit of a clue here, the feelings that we get when we're imagining being in a relationship with them. Why would we do that? Why would we do this fantasy relationship thing? We're not dating them, but we're imagining what it would be like to do that. Well, it's actually a way of us getting our needs met. We're very, very smart. We're very smart creatures. We're very resilient creatures, very wise souls. And what it is a way of having all the feelings of being in a relationship. It can also be, I'm going to just finish this thought here. My brain's moving really, really fast. I'm trying to compartmentalize all my different ideas. It's a way of generating those feelings within us of being in a relationship without any of the air quote risk of being intimate and being close. So if we have a fear of being close to people, a fear that they're going to hurt us, but we still really want that feeling of being in a relationship, then this imagining, this fantasy relationship, this obsessing is a way for us to feel that without any of the so-called risk, right? I could say a lot about, is it risky to be close to people or is it not, and where does that come from? I mean, that's a whole different video, and maybe I'll produce that for you. Another thing is that it can be from this really deep yearning for connection and for intimacy and closeness, which is such a beautiful thing. It can actually be a sign that we really, really want to have that partnership, that connection, that intimacy, that closeness with someone, being that safe landing space for someone to metaphorically or literally lean their head on our shoulders and be safe with us. And it can be a real longing for that, possibly a craving, but cravings are a little different. It can be this deep longing, this deep desire for that, for partnership. And we're getting it met in a way that is perhaps not the healthiest, but it might feel safe for us. So how do we then take that leap then and close that gap between having these feelings towards someone and actually experiencing those feelings with someone? Well, it's interesting because it's becoming more and more blurred, especially as we develop this might be a little bit next level, so take it as it resonates, but I was listening to an interview the other day, and you know, our relationship with technology is, I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to freak any of you out, but our relationship with technology is becoming really, really interesting. And I think we're going to start to see us getting our needs met through technology more and more and more. So I think that's all I want to say on that for right now. It's a little bit next level, but I can see where things are going with regards to how we relate to our devices and how we are interacting with things that are automated and they're kind of having their own personalities. It's like, I think we're going to start having like these interactions with these machines, and it's a whole thing. I'm going a little bit Matrix on you, so I'm going to reel it back in. But we do develop relationships with and feelings for things and people and places and situations that might not be quote unquote real, but our feelings are real. There's a movie, let me know if you guys have seen it, it's called Her, and it stars Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson, and the whole premise is this guy falls in love with an operating system. And there's a scene in the film, and I really must watch this film, hopefully it's on Netflix, and there's a scene where someone says to him, why can't you have these real feelings for people? And he said, no, the feelings were real. And I think that's also true of this kind of fantasy relationship and obsessing about someone. The feelings you're feeling are real feelings. You're just generating them in a way that's not quite connected to what's really going on in your life. So we close that gap by starting to understand why it is we've done this and created this kind of fantasy relationship, and so which is what we've done today. And we also start to then break down, well, why is it I'm going about meeting this need in this way? What is stopping me from having these feelings and having this experience with someone and being intimate with them? Am I afraid of getting close? Am I afraid of getting hurt? Does a part of me not really trust other people? Does a part of me not really trust myself in relationships? Do I perhaps fear that I'm going to sabotage or fuck it up? Or is there a part of me that feels like I have to be fully healed to be in a relationship? And what is fully healed anyway? What is it that's actually stopping us from taking that leap and experiencing that beautiful partnership and connection with another person? Another way that we can really allow this to kind of land and integrate into our experience in a really, really real way is to look at our friendships. You know, sometimes going from where you are to a relationship is just too big of a chasm to leap over. It's too massive of a gap, and it feels like this Grand Canyon like leap where there's this massive drop below and you're like, I'm not fucking leaping over that, no thanks. So sometimes it's easier just to turn to the side of you and look at the people that are already in your life and really improve your relationships with them first. So, you know, I've had the experience of having really beautiful friendships that have actually really helped me heal my own relationship stuff by being in relationship with them in the capacity of friendship, whether that's people that I've shared living space with, people I've lived with, people I'm close friends with, whatever it may be. Developing that real intimacy and closeness and emotional intimacy with a friend can really, really help us to start to experience that safety with another person before we translate that to a romantic partner. And of course, if you want to go deeper with this work, I really, really recommend that you do the Dating Drama Empowerment Method. It comes with a lot of other mini courses as well to help you really connect back to your heart, heal where these patterns came from, start to trust yourself again in love, in dating, in life, and really develop these relationships with other people by going back to our family dynamic and saying, okay, well, if I'm, you know, made of this beautiful divine love, which we all are, and if I'm worthy of love, which we all are, where did I learn differently? So it's this process of unbecoming and unlearning all the things that we learned from our family dynamic and being able to, you know, forgive our caregivers, grandparents, parents, extended families, siblings, whoever else we learn things from that perhaps made us feel that we're not worthy of the love that we really crave and really want. So I'm going to put the details below of how to get the information for the Dating Drama Empowerment Method, and I really think it's going to help you go deep with this work, and it's really the foundation of all of this work we do to heal our relationship patterns and our dating drama. So I really hope that helped you. Before I go, I'm just going to do a quick scroll through and say hello to Farah and Sandra and Meg. Meg and I share the same surname. And Amina. Hello. And Mariam. And Essential Wellness Yoga. And Rollydor. And Boss Ladies Referral. And all of you, I can't quite see all of your names because it kind of cuts off, but thank you all so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, make sure you're following me. I put out lots of information like this to really help you connect back to your heart and help you to experience really beautiful relationships, not just in love and romance, but in every area of your life. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.